there's no more of those pins where you gotta reach to the top and reach to the bottom just to unclip them.
Right.
All you gotta do is open it just like a regular door. And
oh,
those
wow.
pins will come out just like that.
Hey guys, Matt Hoots here with SawHorse, and I'm gonna go through how to replace an existing builder grade door with a new high performance door. Now, I do want to be clear that builder grade doors do work, especially if they're in the right conditions. So when I say right conditions, a lot of the guys will say they only warranty it if it's underneath a porch or there's an overhang. You're not gonna have any wind-driven rain next to it. The challenge that we have here is this is on a back porch. Again, we did some waterproofing and a new deck on here probably about 7 or 8 years ago. The problem is like the door, because when it rains, there's not a lot of overhang here. And also because it's got that wood jamb, water's getting in. We've decided to go with the Anderson. So I've got the crew here. They just brought up the frame to show how the Anderson door assembly works, how water, if it hits the frame, is able to drain down and out, unlike this existing frame. So let's take a real quick, do a comparison between the two different frames. And next we're gonna talk about how to take this out and also install the new one. That way, if water gets into the frame around it, how we're gonna flash and make sure the water gets out. You see all these bugs down here? All these love bugs? That's really popular certain times a year, but if you don't have an airtight house, that's the way for these bugs to get in. I think most of these just came in from the outside. I don't think it came around the door. But you do see down here, this is a steel door, a little bit of rust there, and you can see some water. And again, most of these doors that are manufactured in a shop are a series of components. You've got the door slabs themselves. You'll have a door jamb that comes with it. And essentially it's just put together from different manufacturers. When you work with a manufacturer like Anderson or some of these other name brands, they assemble it all together and they design all the components to work together to keep the heating and cooling in and also the weather out. So one of the issues that we're having with this one, again, besides that this jamb right here, this is the existing door that we're about to take out. You see at the bottom right there, we've got some reverse slope, and what's happening is the water staying there. It's not able to get out around the side over here because this isn't really designed to slope the water off a lot. And we'll do a comparison to the Anderson one here in a bit. But look at all this rot. Rot means that water's getting in. And I think a lot of this is because water's getting here. And this is wood, so it's gonna rot out. But also any water that comes in to the flashing up here is gonna come down, and it's not gonna have a way to get out. So let's compare this to the Anderson. And yeah, you're also seeing some failure there at the door slab itself. So even though this is called a steel door, the steel is just on the cladding, it's not on the inside. All right, so here's the Anderson frame. They basically took the door panels out to bring it up here. All of this is extruded aluminum, so we're not gonna have any rot in that. Aluminum is not ferrous, it's not steel. You're not gonna have to worry about that rotting out. But the reason we went with this is because this is the main issue we're having with the existing jamb, why it's rotting. Check this out. This is an Inswing door. You can see the hinges are towards the inside. We've got all of these weep holes. So if water comes down, hits the flashing that's in there, it's gonna come down and it's going to find this drain, which has these holes in it, which also brings it out to right there. That's gonna come into this channel and all the way down to the side. But check out that slope. That's a lot of slope right there. And anything that hits anywhere in here is going to find its way out, down and out. So that's really the key for any of these water installations. If you have a door, window, siding, you always have to think down and out. That's exactly how this door was designed, especially for these Inswing doors. Now, if it swings out, it's a lot easier to stop the water at the threshold, but these Inswing doors, it's a challenge. Now, you're going to see some wood over here. That's not to worry. This is more just for filler, for putting the shims, and also having something to nail on the inside, because we do have to stick the casing back on the inside. But this is extruded aluminum all the way through, so it comes from the outside all the way to the inside. So if water hits any of this, we're not going to have any issues. It's not going to rot. Really like these hinges as well, because you're able to make some micro adjustments on these hinges up and down. But overall, a really good design. If water gets anywhere into the assembly of this frame, it's able to get out, and that's why we chose this particular door. Again, really quick comparison. You can see how that looks compared to this. This is designed to leak, unfortunately. So if you're getting one of these shop built doors, Shop built windows, probably expect them to last 10 to 15 years if you have overhangs. But if you don't have overhangs, I mean, you're lucky to not start seeing failure within 5 years. Yeah, so far this crew is doing an amazing job with site protection. We've got plastic on the main level, and you don't see this very often. I did see this on a comment in one of our clips we just did recently. Turn the HVAC off or protect it. And what we did here, since it is really cold outside, we need to leave the system on, but we've protected the return air duct in here, so we're not going to suck in anything that's coming off of the window install. This house is an older house that has lead. They put a sign on the front door saying, hey, this is lead, but I know that I installed this drywall in here and this casing, so there's not any lead in this casing, so we don't have to worry about that. But that is something that you want to make sure that you're covering, is anything that has lead. Do the test, make sure there's no lead in it, but also just warn people that there is lead in the house in case you're touching other surfaces that could be disturbed. So when the client originally brought me out here, we had issues with the roof. This is an existing roof, and we're trying to figure out, you know, is it so we put this new door in, we put the siding in, and unfortunately the roofer, when they did this, say 20 years ago, they had something called reverse flashing. So the drip edge coming off the roof, and I can't really get up there to show you, was tucked in behind the gutter. We want it to go into the gutter, so any water coming off the roof goes directly into the gutter. What happened is it rotted out this soffit up here, and unfortunately, it also came down across the header all the way down, and a little bit of rot towards the bottom. And again, this is all, we didn't notice this until after this door and whatnot was installed. So we already had an existing issue on this. So that's one of the things we got to fix, is the sill and also the pan before we put the new door in. But this deck is designed to shed all the water off from the inside to the out. So underneath here is completely dry. We have ice and water shield underneath this, but this decking has a channel system in it. So if any water hits it, it goes out and also to the gutter. So this is a Wahoo deck. But you know, we solved that problem. We solved the roof problem, but unfortunately the roof caused the issue with the door, and now the door is starting to fail. But honestly, these doors are designed to fail, so I'm really not surprised that it had this. I feel bad that we installed this 10 years ago, and this is one of those things where, you know, as a general contractor, we have to let our clients know that there are better options on the market. They do cost more, but you don't have to deal with the headache and the failure with some of these builder grade systems, especially if you don't have overhangs and if there's not enough protection for these. All right, guys, this is really exciting. We've got the final touches being put on there. We've pulled all the plastic off, and they're cleaning it up, and they're about to explain to the homeowner how it works. And there's some really exciting features that our homeowner doesn't have on his other doors in the house. And I told him the problem is, like, once he sees how these things work, he's going to want to change everything else out. But, you know, just be careful. Don't do it all at the same time. Mark, show us how this works, and especially talk about the 3-point locking system.
I'll show you how the multi-point lock system looks like. So if you put this handle up, you'll see that the bottom pin came out and the top pin came out.
Right.
If you put that handle down, it'll hide them. They'll go back into their spot. So if you want to lock the door, make sure it's all the way closed. You're just going to lift that handle up all the way, and then lock that deadbolt, and your handle will be locked, and you'll have a point of lock here and a point of lock on the bottom there. So you have 3 points. You have the deadbolt and one on the bottom, one on the top. You're going to lock it. Those are still engaged. All you got to do is open it just like a regular door. It'll open it just like that.
That's great, Mark.
Yeah.
And this was a terrific install. It looks clean. It looks beautiful. It's a great door, and we really appreciate what you guys did.
Yeah, and you know what's great about the passive panel? There's no more of those pins where you gotta reach to the top and reach the bottom just to unclip them.
Right.
All you gotta do is open it just like a regular door, and those pins will come out just like that. So
that is great.
Much easier to work with. You don't gotta bend down to.
Yeah, especially here in the summertime when you can sit out on the deck.
Yeah.
Bring other people out on the deck. It really looks good.
And it's so easy to close. All you gotta do is put it all the way back, put that handle up all the way, and that engages the 2 pins. So
solid.
Solid. Yep. Just like that. Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, just make sure it's all the way up. There you go.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a little bit of resistance at the end.
There you go.
Yep.
Oh, it looks terrific. It's a great door. Great install. So thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.